Yo, what's up guys? Jake or Go Chase a Car here, and today I'm playing Domination at new map, semi-new map, Overwatch for Xbox 360 Premium Elite members, and today I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff, but mostly I'm going to be talking a lot about the Afghanistan and Iraq War. First of all, I'm going to do a couple disclaimers here. While talking over a sensitive subject like this over a war game, I know there might be some connotation from some people that I'm trying to link actual warfare and video games. That is not at all the case. I'm just simply commentating over a popular video game with a subject that I'm interested in, and that's what I like to do. Also, there might be somebody that says, you're a 14-year-old, you don't know fucking shit. But I've watched the military channel probably more than I've watched any other channel. I know a lot about the military, so I'd say I'm rather qualified to talk about the subject. And kind of what spawned this was, I think it was last Saturday. Well, the Saturday, not the Saturday coming up, but Saturday before it. Well, obviously, because we're not in the future. But there was a I keep saying Iraqi, my bad. An Afghan gunman who ended up building in Afghanistan, went in and killed is it three or two? I'm not quite sure on the news story. Top-ranking NATO officers, not top-ranking, but NATO officers, which means they're a high rank. And it was a rather secure building. I'm pretty sure it was an Afghan police building. It might be in Iraq, actually. I'm not quite sure, guys. I'm sorry, I don't know much about this topic, but I'm only going to be talking about it for a little bit. It was just really bizarre how I think something like that can happen in such a well-secured building. I mean, NATO and Americans specifically, don't mean to upset any, British people out there or anybody from any other country, but America in specific has the most advanced and the most sophisticated military of all time, ever. And for some one man to slip in, with a $100, AK-47, kill three of the officers in the most sophisticated military of all time and get out without nobody catching them is mind-boggling. That's why it's almost concerning, and it kind of goes to my theory that you really can't win an insurgents war. In case you don't know what insurgents war is, somewhere there's not uniforms. Right now what you're seeing, this is what's known as traditional warfare. Where there's two uniforms fighting it, but the war in Afghanistan and in Iraq, the later part of Iraq, not the early part of Iraq, the Iraq War, what that was insurgent warfare, very similar to what was happening in Vietnam, where, oh my bad, sorry, that's my voice activation thing. What insurgent warfare is, it's like one army that is fighting, like, I'm going to say uniformed army, so that means they're, truly, I don't know, I was going to say they truly have a cause, but no, they have, like, the Taliban and Al-Qaeda, they have a cause. Do I agree with the cause? Fuck no. But, they have a cause. Basically what happens is someone that looks like an everyday civilian is fighting somebody that is in a uniform, and the distinct advantage, usually the people that are wearing, clothing that, like, blend in with everybody else, that's the problem, is they blend in with everybody else, but also it's usually their home country, so they know the area better than the people that are in armed uniform and that are going in and fighting them. And that's the problem with the Iraq and the Afghanistan war. The Iraq war is technically over now, but whatever. Is that you really can't distinguish between who's a civilian and who's got, an AK-47 or, an FAL, well, not an FAL because that's a NATO gun, but, an AK in their bag, their rice sack. No, I'm trying to be racist here, but, like, I'm trying to think of the Vietnam War. Not just want to say in their, like, I don't know. I don't want to be racist here. I'm not trying to offend anybody. But you don't know who's hiding an AK and who's not. And that's the problem with insurgent warfare. So it's mind-boggling that somebody can get into, just anybody can get into the presence of a high-ranking official in a foreign country, nevertheless hiding a AK-47, or it might have been AK-74, I'm not quite sure, or an AK-74U, AK-74SU? I don't know. I haven't been paying much attention to guns lately, so I'm slipping up, and I do forget some stuff that I used to know. But the shortened version of the AK. Someone can sneak in with an assault rifle and, kill 2 or 3 officers. that's pretty crazy. I don't know how they get away with that without even getting caught. And that's kind of the problem with the Iraq and Afghanistan war, is that you can't technically win it without killing everybody. And obviously, it's not an option because because of the Geneva Convention. We can't just go in and carpet bomb like we did in World War II. I mean, technically, I guess we could, but I'm pretty sure that we would have we'd have an international conflict. But pretty much, in case I'm referencing with World War II, is in World War II, we would use B-17s and B-24s just to carpet bomb civilian areas for factories and that kind of stuff, instead of just military targets, which you're technically supposed to do, what we've done in the Afghanistan and Iraq war. Technically, I guess we could go in with B-2s and B-52s and just take out areas in the desert that we know are terrorist training groups. Sorry, I just had to, sorry there, I'm a little parched, I had to take a drink. People that are terrorist groups and that kind of stuff that are training, I guess we could send that in. But the problem with that is there's usually their kids there, and I don't know how many people know this, but before America killed Osama bin Laden, I don't want to get everyone angry. Before NATO, headed by U.S. Navy SEALs, killed Osama bin Laden, I think there's something like 11 other planned attacks. We had Reaper drones on him. I know he's talking about COD now, but these things actually do exist. We had a Reaper drone planned attack, but it was called off because satellite images shown that there was a playground there, and because they didn't want to kill any kids, they thought they'd give up. They set in the Northwest, I forget what it's called, it's like the Northwestern Alliance, which was kind of like an anti-Al-Qaeda group that worked with the CIA to try to kill Osama and do some other stuff. They tried getting it in, that didn't work. They tried an AC-130 strike, that didn't work. They tried a bunch of shit, and that's why we waited so long. I think they said we knew where Osama was for about 3 or 4 years, but we didn't strike because we've been trying to kill or capture Osama bin Laden since 1994 or 5, when the first World Trade Center bombing was. In case you don't know, there was a car bomb that went off below the World Trade Center. Ever since that happened, we were trying to capture or kill Osama bin Laden. So for upwards of 15 years, he was a fugitive on the run, and we couldn't capture him. And so that's why we waited so long to kill him. So that's in case you're wondering why. We had the information, we didn't go in and kill him. That's pretty much why. But I kind of off topic a little bit, but that's why I just think the Iraq and Afghan war, we should just get out. I mean, we should just basically say, you know what, your area of the world has been fucked up ever since Alexander the Great, all the way back, pretty much right around the Roman Empire. The Romans couldn't conquer it, Alexander the Great couldn't conquer it, Napoleon couldn't conquer it. We've probably came the closest, and when I say we, I mean NATO, not just America, because I know, the lads from Britain, called them lads, oh my god, I feel so saucy now, and people from Australia, Canada, representing the Canada, the Great White North, people like that, obviously just contribute just as much as America, but, we're probably the closest to trying to settle down the Middle East, but, just because there's been so much political unrest there since the beginning of time, you'll really never be able to calm down that area, and it's just a moot point at this point. And I'm not saying I'm affiliate with any parties. I am only 14, so I'm not allowed to vote. But I would say I'm pretty much, if I had to pick, I would say independent, more closely to Republican. But that's a completely different subject. But what's more important is not the political boundaries of what they think with the war, but I think it's time to get the troops out. It's been almost 11 years, so we're never going to accomplish our goal. We can rebuild all we want. We can try to set up a stable democracy there, but it will never work. I'm sorry. I'm an optimist. I love my country. I completely believe in our military. I think we are probably, even though we're slipping up lately with our economy and stuff, that we are still the lone superpower, and that we still pretty much run this world. Not trying to offend anyone here, but it's kind of just the truth. But NATO and America, we will never win the Iraq War. We may accomplish our goal, but we will never win the war because we'll never be able to settle down that area. It's just too hot of an area, You know, like I said earlier, Alexander the Great, the Romans tried it. No one has ever been able to do it. I don't see why we think we can do it now. And even if we, get, them to shake hands, to get the nice picture, like after World War II, when Dwight D. Eisenhower, shook hands with whatever the Japanese emperor was, we can get that nice picture. But 15 down the years, we'll be having the same problems. Look what happened to the Soviet Union. They collapsed after their Afghan War. It's just because they will keep running you out. There is no way to win an insurgents war, and there is no way down to settle down the Middle East. So that's just my 2 cents on the matter. I hope you can respect my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. Remember to subscribe and rate. I will see you guys later.